All right, what's up, everybody? So this is another episode where we're gonna call these the YJR testimonials, right? I have a lot of testimonial videos, with clients, but this right here is one of my best clients that I've ever had the honor of being able to coach and mentor. When it comes to fitness, when it comes to helping him, just achieve his goals and watching him over what the last year.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, being able to watch him over the last year, bro, it's been amazing, man. Like, but I'm not gonna talk too much. I'm gonna let him do a lot of the talking. I want you to tell us, Lorenzo, this is about you, bro. Tell us a little bit more about you, your background, where you're from, and what you do for work and everything now.
so myself for background, active duty Marine, been in for about 15 years. Could have every excuse in the book, working, 12 plus hours, have a wife, kids, and still somehow, some way found time to invest in myself, which doing that honestly opened up everything else. It allowed me to go back to school. It allowed me to be more focused. Like how my wife is the one who got me out of bed this morning and is like, hey, we need to go downstairs. We need to go get these steps. I'm like, man, I don't even. All right, let's go. Like even today, I'm at 7,000. It's not even 9 in the morning.
That's fire. That's fire. One thing that you said that one thing that you said was interesting. You had a lot of excuses, right? As to not invest into yourself and not do what you had to do to get the money that you want. What excuses
Right.
were you telling yourself, or what story were you telling yourself back then that was really holding you back?
Back then, it was just, hey, you know what? I'm too tired. I don't have enough time. I don't want to wake up early to go do this, or I don't want to do it in the middle of the day or do it in the evening. Oh, I'll just do it on Monday, or I'll just do it tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. Monday never came. And honestly, you're the one who reached out to me after shoulder surgery and was, a couple months later that you like, hey, let's actually do this. And I can remember that conversation we had in my truck. Well, doing it over the phone. But you had me like, hey, flex your bicep, do this. Hey, welcome to the team. I'm just like, man, I felt really uncomfortable. But now it's great. I'm really glad that I took that leap of faith and just went for it.
Mhm. Mhm.
It
Yeah, and I remember.
was, excuse
You.
me.
What? Yeah, when was it again? And then we had that
Um,
conversation.
I was it was like mid-May last actually, yeah, mid-May last year when we had that conversation. And it was
Yeah, because I first reached out to you, and a lot of people are surprised, when they're like, "Oh man, who is like?" They think they're like it's a bot every time.
I didn't think it was you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna front.
Uh,
That's the thing I said
man,
last podcast. Didn't think it was you. Not at all.
man, like what made you realize that it was me that was messaging you?
Well, because you had reached out, because I had followed you for a little while. I want to say maybe about a year. And
Mm,
it was really just looking at somebody who I wanted to be like as far as like physique wise. I'm like, oh, how am I gonna do that? Let me just message him. He probably won't message me back. Had my surgery, you messaged me and told you what was going on. You're like, yeah, I'll message you in a couple months. I'm like, no, you won't. But all right, cool. And yeah, so shit, you messaged me back. I'm like, oh, this guy's for real. Like he genuinely wants to do this. I'm like, okay. And then we had that conversation, told me the price, and that was another thing that was holding me back too, was just investing in a personal trainer. And I've never done that before prior to you. Once I
mm.
did it, it was just honestly, man, I'm so glad I did it. Like I really am.
Man, what was holding you back? Because I know a lot of people. Just, it's crazy that you say that because there was actually a lot of people that tell me like, I don't want to hire a trainer, I don't want to hire, like a coach or something like that. What were some of your reasons why you didn't want to hire a coach, and what ended up changing your mind?
At the beginning, I didn't want to hire a coach because one, I didn't want to pay for it. Two, I was making again. Let's just be real.
Right.
Two, I just didn't want to be like, okay, let me just maybe I'm too cheap or maybe I don't have enough, the financial backing to actually do it. But when you generally sit down, like we all have money to do it. We all go spend money on some bullshit. We all go out to eat. Let's see, it's like me and the wife yesterday went out to eat. PJs. Yes, I put it. Yes, I put it in my fitness pal. Don't get me wrong. I did the chat GPT thing. Don't worry. It was a chicken
Okay.
kebab. It was fucking delicious.
I got you.
But oh, I'm losing my train of thought here. Just I don't even want to say this. Any excuse that I could give myself, I did it. I talked myself out of it. Even the guys I'm telling now, if you want to do something, do it. If you don't want to do it, you'll come up with any excuse in the book not to do it. And what I learned is once I took that leap of faith and said, you know what, I haven't been able to do it right by myself. I've been constantly going to the gym, constantly seeing like TikTok workouts, Instagram workouts. Before you, I was constantly running. Like I'm talking like 5 miles a day, 10 miles a day. Sometimes it was 13, and I thought I was, old Billy Badass. Like, hey, yeah, look at me, I'm doing all this cardio. My waist never really shrank. Like it would for a bit, but I didn't have the knowledge of the nutrition aspect of it, of the gym aspect of it. Well, gym aspect wasn't really hard to go to the gym. It was just the nutrition and the steps. Once I figured that out, what I said in the last podcast, what you did for me is basically shrunk down the timeline. So instead of it taking like 4 or 5 years to finally get to even where I'm at right now, you did it in like 5 to 7 months. And it
Pretty
was
sure this.
just,
You lost like
yeah,
20 pounds in like 2 months. I'm like, this is the fastest fat loss I've ever seen, like in a minute. Like you like lost like
mm, it
25
was, it
pounds in
was,
like a month.
it was crazy. And the hardest part now is just still being consistent with it. After learning some of the information that you sent me, up my steps to 15,000. And I was like, of course, it dropped. My weight dropped by like, 2 pounds. I'm like, of course.
Man. So
Yeah.
so let me get this straight. So first using the spot, right, where
Mm,
you didn't want to kind of pay for a trainer or a coach or something like that.
not at all.
And you end up changing, your like your mind just changed. Well, like what was the emotional motivator there, like that really like made you really was like, I'm about to just stop stealing all these workouts on the internet, and um trying to do this on my own. I'm gonna get some help. Like what? Because you never hired a coach, right? And you
No,
were
not
not
at all.
in horrible shape, right? Like you were like you're a Marine, right? So like it's not like you're in horrible shape. So like most men would be like they'll be on their high horse, like high ego, like no, I got this, I got this. What was the emotional motivator motivator for you? I know you see it all the time. I know you see it all
But
the time.
yeah, yeah, I see it
Well, I
now.
know, you see it.
I see it
But like,
now.
what was the emotional motivator for you that was like, man, no, forget that. I want to get results, right? What made you drop
Honestly,
the
man,
pride and get the results?
I looked at myself in the mirror and just had that honest conversation with myself. Like, am I happy with what I see? And then what I've noticed throughout my Marine Corps career is I progressively have gotten worse, like out of shape. And I've always been able to keep up with running or anything like that. And the strength's been going down. Or I'll go to the gym, I'll live 225, but like, yeah, bro, I still look like shit. Like it doesn't
They
even
don't
matter.
get that.
They
They
don't.
don't get that. So like, okay, so what would you say to that person that was like, they're getting stronger, but they're not looking the way that they want? What would
What's
you say to
funny?
them?
I just had this conversation with one of the Marines.
Comment. Yes, comment.
Yeah, so he was benching 145, nothing crazy. He was outside. He only did 9 reps. I'm like, that's it? He's like, yeah, that's it. He's like, well, later today's push day, so I'm going for 315. I'm like, you're going for 315? I don't even bench 315. And then he's like, I've just been trying to go to the gym as far as I can. I'm like, okay. And I start probing questions like, okay, how's your diet? How's this? He's like, well, I've been trying to lose my stomach, this and that. I'm like this close to getting him to sign on. I really am. Like another one's coming. And I just told him, another one's
You
coming.
you
I'm working on it.
quiet.
Yeah,
Oh my bad.
I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm working on it. And I just showed him that video you made of me of, you know, what I look like at the beginning in May and what I look like in November. I think when I went to Texas and I sent you that picture, I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, I didn't even think I was going to be able to see, abs on the freaking side here, abs here. I haven't seen my abs since I was in high school, and that's crazy. I mean, I still have them now. I still need to push harder to reveal them as I've learned. But he's just like, how in the hell did you? That's AI. I'm like, it's not AI. Like, I literally did this in like 7 months. It's like, how much did you pay for it? I'm like, I'm not even going to tell you that price because if you want to know the price, price and they're not even worth the time. And he
Yeah,
was like, damn.
tell them again.
So,
And I tell people
so
this all the time. And they're like,
yeah,
huh? Like,
yeah.
like, what,
So,
say it one more time for them. Say it
so
one.
they asked about how much coaching costs. And I said, well, my coach does a month-to-month plan, or he does a 3 month or 6 month plan. For me, the month-to-month worked. But if you're so concerned about the price, you're not even serious about the results, so don't even waste our time. Right? Because we only want individuals who know shit, want to see results. And if you're not serious about it, then again, don't waste my time. And then I look at somebody like Daniel who's lost a tremendous amount of weight. I'm just like, yep, I want to be like him. And what's crazy is he was trying to be like me, and now we're just motivating each other.
Now you just compete with each other now, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing, bro. Like, because people ask me the price all the time. Like, "Bro, man, you a coach, and like, how much you charge?" And I tell them
Hmm.
this all the time. I said, bro, I said, hey, bro, if you want to know the price so bad, then we're not in alignment. And then they're like, what you mean? And I'm like, if you're focused on the price, right? My mindset is getting you results. If you're focusing on the price and I'm focusing on getting you results, you're only going to be focusing on I need to pay, right? And you won't act enough to do what I'm telling you to say because your mind is like, I need to pay, I need to pay, I need to pay, right? So you're not focused. I know that because I do years of coaching. They don't understand that because they're just so used to just getting prices from people, right? So when I come at them, I'm not attached to your price. I want to actually see if you're going to get me results, right? Like that's why when I hop on calls with people, that's why when I have to hop on calls with you, I actually get to know you, actually talk to you, right? Because don't get me wrong, bro. Like I've had, like just like you, bro. Like how you invested into yourself, I invested in myself, and I've sold people who, I've pushed people and sold people when they didn't want to be pushed and sold, right? And it always bit me back in the ass. Always, they always ghosted. They just wasted my time. I made a whole plan for them, and then after a month, they quit. Like, bro, like that's just the worst thing to do as a coach. You have a client like you pouring into, and then they quit after a month because they didn't want to do it in the first place. That's the worst. So that's why I tell them like if you're just focused on the price, I said, bro, then you're not serious about seeing progress, and they don't understand that.
They don't.
They don't
What,
understand that.
what that price does, I mean, again, you're spending, that's where I was getting at. Now I remember. Um, with the BJ's restaurant that I went to. So between me and my wife, we spent almost $60 just going out one time. If we go out 6, 12, 18, 24, like we go out 4 times, 5 times a week. There's your price of coaching right there. As far as
But
like that, there's your extra money that you would need to invest in yourself instead of going out to eat, is what I'm getting at.
yeah, but it's a sacrifice. Like people don't
Mhm.
people it's up normalized to just like spend money on that. They don't even count that. Like I've had someone say I sat somebody down and said, bro, if you just stop eating out, you could afford this easily. He said,
Mhm.
Well, that's it's not all at once. I'm like, bro, are you fucking dumb? I'm like, what a dumbass question. I'm thinking that in my mind. I'm like, it doesn't matter at the end of the month, your monthly balance is gonna say like if you had an accountant, they would say that you're eating out X amount of times. It doesn't matter if it's all out at once or not. Like,
Mhm.
but it was an excuse, but whatever.
It
So
was definitely.
my bad. We got on topic. But
You're good. You're getting good.
with that being said, okay, so yeah, like Lorenzo said, we only want people that want to see results and really want to change, and that's gonna be a second part of my next question. What really what really like because bro like yeah you weren't seeing results in the mirror like cool like but like what was pushing you to really make that change because when you work with me bro like you know how I get right
Yeah, I
like
was I
attention
was
to
scared.
detail yeah
Yeah.
attention to detail like you know uh I'm telling you what to do and stuff like that like I'm not like crazy or nothing like that but it's serious but like what really made you like what really pushed you bro like to really like
Really,
invest and yeah, and
honestly,
like
what
really,
really did it is like, well, I'm investing all this money into the coach. Well, I'm not gonna let my money go to waste, so I'm gonna get something out of this. And then the community is one that helped as well. It wasn't just solely just you. Yeah, you held me accountable, and yeah, when you were talking to other individuals within the chat, not really directed to me, but directed to some other people who aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. I just took it personal. I'm like, oh, I want that. I don't want him to call me out on, the Friday calls or call me out on, a text message. I'm like, I'm gonna make sure that literally data dump what I knew about fitness, right? And just listen to what he says. If he tells me to go get this amount of steps, cool. Let's try to hit it on a consistent basis. Now that I know I can get it, let me go beyond that. And then there was a point where you told me like you need to stop like 18,000 your cap, like no more. I think that was
I,
after the 100,000. I think that was after the
you're the,
101,000 step day. I think
yeah,
that's what it was.
you're the only person I've ever told that.
That's
You're
wild.
the only person. Yeah, I said, and I think that kind of stuck into your mind because Montreal was one of those people.
Yeah.
And I said, you guys, you can either be unstoppable or you can be stoppable. I said, some of you
Hmm.
guys, I could literally talk you out of your goal. I remember
Yep.
that I said that on the call.
I do remember that.
I said, if I really wanted to, I could talk some of you guys out of doing what you got to do, right? And some of you, I can't. Which one are you guys? And
Hmm.
I'm like, yeah, bro, like, because it was one of the clients, and I'm like, yeah, man, like, you had a long day at work. You don't have to go to that, right? You work what, 10 hours. You don't have to go. Like the gym, what? And they would be
It's a
like,
trap.
yeah, I did work a long. I'm like, and then I'd message them back. I'm like, yeah, that's the reason why you fucking are failing right now. Okay, get on your shit. Go to that gym. Like, literally, dead.
Yeah.
I did
What
it.
always what always got me is, I mean, I'm sure Montel still does it right now. Like you would text in the chat, like it's 8 in the morning my time. That man's already at 20,000 steps. I'm like, I can't, like I can't keep up. Like I
Like,
will try, but
I still don't know how he does it to this day. Right? Yeah, man. Like, and that's the one thing about now tell us about when you joined the program, like your first day, right? Tell us about that again, man. When you first after okay, tell us the emotions that were going on in your head after you dropped the money, right? And then it was official that we were working together, and and I was texting you. Like, what was that those first couple days like? How did you feel?
I was like, oh shit, I'm actually gonna do this. I remember hopping off that call with you, and then I was telling some of the Marines about it, and they were like, "Are you really gonna do this?" I'm like, I mean, yeah, why not? Like, I don't have anything else to lose. Whatever I'm doing right now is not working. Why not? They're like, that's a lot of like, how much was it? I'm like, don't even worry about it. I'll let you know. I don't know. I'm like, don't even worry about it. And then throughout the months, they're just like, are you still on that program? You're still done. I'm like, yeah, I'm still on the program, still doing this and that. And then they see the change throughout the months. They're like, what the did you do? Um, hired a coach, first of all, and then he literally told me what to do. I just followed what he did, and he shrunk down the time frame that it would like. So I'm not wasting my time anymore. If I go into the gym with the purpose, I don't have to spend 2 hours in the gym. It's really 45 minutes to an hour, depending on if it's an ab day or not. And then yeah, um, and then it's just like getting your steps. I can remember buying the food, and once you sent me the workout plan, and I still remember this to this day. The evening snack was I forget how many grams of cottage cheese, but it was strawberries that you had me put it in. And I had frozen strawberries, so what I did is I threw in the microwave, heated it up a little bit. And I can remember sitting down eating that first meal plan throughout the day, and I was like, "This is some bullshit. Like, I really want to eat. What do you mean he's gonna have me on 2,200 calories? I don't know if I can do this." And I just like, okay, just stick with the freaking plan. It works for a reason. And you can see it in that first photo of me. Like, I was not like confident. Just I thought I was in good shape when I took that photo,
You
and
know,
seeing I'm being for real. I'm
no,
being
no,
for real
that's what
because
Devontae said too. It's like you guys are all saying the same. My bad, my bad. Go ahead. What are you
no,
saying?
you're good. You're good. Like I thought I was in good shape in that photo, and then again, that face that I made in that photo, it's me realizing like I'm not okay with what I'm seeing. I'm like,
So how do
okay,
you
let
think
me.
how do you think people get to that point where they're like, I think I'm in good shape, but then it's time they take a picture and they how did you get to that point? Like where
What I started realizing is I was going up in sizes as far as shirts, and what a lot of even service members do is like, oh yeah, I'm getting a lot bigger. I'm like, yeah, bro, you're getting bigger, but you're getting bigger from east to west. And they're like, what? I'm like, all right, look, here's a map, east to west, like your waist, like all that is getting bigger. Like, yeah, you can be lifting a crap ton of weight, but you're still not happy with yourself, right? They're like, no, we're not. And when I saw that, you can literally see no muscle definition or really anywhere. My freaking, how do you say it? My long highs, my freaking love handles, the love handles, they were just out there. And I was going up as far as like shorts and everything and jeans. Bro, even the jeans that I was wearing back then, I can't even fit in them. My camis that are like my uniform that I wear from the military, they're so damn big. Like I have to hike them up, tighten it down, shift things to the back. But just, I guess, even when you told me like, I need a picture, I'm just like, I don't want to do this. Like I really don't. And there's a reason why he's asking me for it. And when I took those photos, I was so damn not ashamed of, anyone else but myself, because that was the first time I've really looked at myself. I'm like, I'm not happy with this at all. And once you come to that, for lack of a better term, coming in Jesus moment, then you realize like, okay, this isn't okay. Let me get my priorities straight. Yeah, let me put myself first. And once you start doing that, I'm telling you, everything falls in line. It's really amazing, like what taking care of yourself really does. And if any of these guys like go through my Instagram, I've posted like all my um I collaborated like all my push-ups except
Uh,
for like the recent ones. But there's even some where I posted where I was doing push-ups and then my son started doing them and then my youngest started doing it. I'm just like, they're really watching. Okay, so I really can't be there for them if I'm not taking care of myself. I really want to run around and play with them, and I can't do any of that if I'm not taking care of myself. And even when I do have them, it's like, okay, yeah, we'll go, go play, whatever. I'm like, hey, dad still needs some steps. We're going on a walk, like all of us. But it's been,
what would you say to that father? Because this has happened actually in the program. No bullshit. What would you say to that father? To that father that feels like he doesn't have the time, right? He's like, I have other things to do. I have to provide. I have to put myself on the back burner. What would you say to that father that's trying to lose weight, but he prioritizes himself last, and then makes the excuse that he has to take care of his kids, right? As the reason why he can't get his steps, work out, take care of himself.
I did the same thing. And that's where I ended up where I was at. You're literally a result of your actions every day. If you don't like the body that you're at now, you've done so many little things to get you to that point. Um, and the other thing I would ask him, like, okay, how long do you want to stay around? You want to watch your kids grow up? You want to be able, play with your grandkids? And if the answer to that question is yes, start investing in yourself now because your family's going to be able to see the changes that you've been making, putting yourself first. They're going to get more motivated. Like how my wife is motivated to me. I have friends and family that are motivated. Like, what are you doing? Like, oh, do this or do that, and it just has this ripple effect. And then they ask, how did you do it? I'm like, well, I didn't want to freaking walk. Bought myself a little walking pad. If that's right beside my bed, if I set it up, I'm kind of like you tell us all the time, like, hey, pre-logged meals, the same thing as like um, getting ready for the next day, like the night prior. So if I know I'm gonna have an
That's such
early
a
day,
great. That's such
yeah.
a great skill, yeah.
If I know I'm trying to get some steps in, if my goal is 11,000 steps, I don't need to walk that far on the treadmill. Just set it up the night prior, get up, put my running shoes on, start walking for half an hour. That's really all you need. It's really the little things you do throughout the day that's going to get you to that end goal.
100%. My bad. I was checking the phone because it
No,
was. But
all good, all
okay,
good.
man, I love it. Now I love how you tied it in. Like you said it just changed other areas of your life, right?
Hmm.
Once you tell them about how the growing pains that you had when you were bringing your scale into the restaurant, and your
Oh, yeah.
family, friends, and your
I
coworkers
even, I
saw you.
even, I even took it to a
Like,
food
what even
salad
gave
too.
you the confidence to do it? Who gave you the because that takes literal confidence to do.
Um, I remember you saying it, and like take your food scale everywhere, right? And again, nobody has really done it. And once I took it over there, yeah, I was nervous as hell. I was worried about what other people think. But then you gotta pull yourself back and realize like not everybody's on the same fitness goal as you are. Not everybody's doing the same thing you are. your goals are different than everybody else's. And if it means that I have to bring my food scale to the freaking restaurant and weigh my stuff out and bring, like a little bowl or whatever, then I'm gonna do it. I even did that going to a baby shower, and people were just like, "I can't believe you brought a food scale to a baby shower." I'm like, I need to, like, I will enjoy whatever food you guys have. Believe me, because this, like, I'm ready for this. But I need to weigh everything out because my goal was to get in the best shape as I can, or the best shape possible, better version of myself. And at this point, I believe I've gotten that, and there's still more room to freaking grow because I still want to be like what 9% shredded. Who is that? Was that Reynard? Is like just shredded beyond belief, and I'm just like, okay, want to get there. Cool. How do I get there? He's like, this is what I did. Got it. So the same thing coach has been telling us, do the same thing, just tighten it up a little more. Okay, we'll get there. And it's just gonna take
Mm-hmm.
time. And yeah, those growing pains, everybody just kept looking at me like, you do really bring this food scale here? I'm like, yes, I did. But you're not enjoying the food.
Why do you think they did that? Why do you think they were so mad that you were so serious about your goals? Like, why do you think that they sat there and were like, "Are you? Why did you bring your food scale? Why do you think that they did that?"
Because they base their insecurities off of what other people are doing. Like they see somebody else doing what they want to do, and they're not brave enough to actually do it themselves. And once you stop giving, honestly, stop caring about what other people think and just worry about yourself, put yourself first. It's honestly life changing. It really is.
Life changer, right? And
Hmm.
that's what I was like. All of us in the chat when you put out that scale at the restaurant, it's a different
Yeah.
energy. Yeah, we clapping you up. We're like
Oh,
100 times. We're like,
absolutely,
fire, fire. I'm like, yeah,
absolutely,
keep it up, right?
absolutely.
So
Like once I got that negative feedback, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna text my boys. Like, no,
that's what you need. Just imagine if you didn't have that, right?
no,
How
I would
demoralizing
not have.
that would be.
I would not have kept it up for as long as I did. Even now, it's now become a part of me, as far as like part of my daily life. Even though I'm at this moment, I'm not in the program. I'm still tracking my stuff. Right now, I'm at 1,900 calories. Still getting, you know, getting my steps. Still doing whatever. My wife already knows. Like, hey, I know you need 200 grams of your canned egg whites. I know you need 2 eggs, two turkey. Like, done deal.
That's how you
Done
do it.
deal.
That's how you do it,
Yeah.
right?
If
And then, tell them a little bit, like your results in the program. Like I know that the first couple months, you lost a good amount of weight, right? How much weight did you lose, in the first couple months, and how did that impact you, your confidence, and how did the community help you out with that?
so, taking those photos every week. Remember, you had saying like once you start seeing your progress and like you can see it, you're gonna start getting addicted to it and you're gonna want more. And then you start posting that in the community, like, hey, my win this week. Hey, I lost 2 pounds. Hell yeah, everybody's like gonna congratulate you. Or hey, I hit my macros fully this week. Like every single day, not just 5 days. I hit it 7 days a week. We're like, yes, that's what you need to do. Exactly what you need to do. Really, just having that community, man, was insane. And to bring it up from the last podcast, when I had broken my rib, and I couldn't go to the gym and I was letting that heal. There was that month period. What was it, in August last year, where all I did was steps and macros. And I think I remember you saying like that was probably my best month being in the
Sure,
program, but I didn't even go to the gym, and I wanted
sure.
to go so bad. You're like,
Like, how the fuck are you losing more weight? Like,
because it was just my focus. Like, okay, I can't go to the gym as much as I want to. Okay, let's hit steps and macros. At least be consistent with that and hit it not just 5 days a week, hit it 7 days a week until I'm fully healed. And then it helped with you, texting me from time to time, like, hey, how are you doing? You think you can do this? I'm like, no, I can't do this right now. Still waiting for it healed up. And once I got back in the gym, it was like game over. Then November rolled around. And I was like, yep, like here we are.
man, that's fire. Because most people during that time when they can't work out, they'll be like, "I can't work out, so what's the point?" Like that just shows how serious you were about your goals. Because
Mhm.
literally during that time, people fold. Like I was telling you, like during that time, and this is why coaching is important, right? I said, hey, like I know you can't go to the gym right now, and I know you want to go to the gym badly, right? Because that's
Mhm.
during the time you were getting stronger and you were on a cut. So you're like, I knew you wanted to hit
Yeah.
those PRs, stuff like that. So I said, hey,
Hmm.
bro, at the end of the day, fat loss doesn't come down to going to the gym, right? If you do this, I promise you, you'll lose more weight because you all you can do is focus on nutrition and
That's
steps.
all I did. Yeah.
All you can, and then you lost more weight, got more shredded, then you went back into the gym, and then you got stronger because your body had a month to recover.
It was crazy.
It was yeah, it was nuts. So, um, man, so after you made that great transformation in the program, you're weighing up your food and you're feeling good, looking good. Um, your family is, they're taking after you, they're living a healthier lifestyle, and you're helping your Marines, right? And I started talking about the Hall of Fame, right? How did you feel about that? Yeah, when I started talking about that.
I remember that. Like, I even remember you handing out. All I wanted was that YJR shirt. Like, I have it right here. Hold on, in my drawer. I'm like, hold on. Here's these. All I wanted was this one.
Uh-huh.
And you only gave that one out if you had a significant transformation. I can remember getting this and then started wearing it to the gym. Like, now I'm even more motivated to do it. Absolutely, way more motivated to do it. And then you started talking about the Hall of Fame. I'm like, oh, he said, okay, you have to be at this certain percentage or this weight. I don't think that was gonna be me. I had already accepted like, okay, I'm not gonna probably won't get it this time around. Let me just focus on the next one. Let me just keep doing me. And then I remember we had that call and you're like, yeah, I'm only gonna induct 5 people. We're gonna start from the bottom. And you said my name. I was like, what? I wasn't even expecting that, like at all. I remember you telling me like, no, you embodied, the YJR lifestyle as a whole. You were even courageous enough to go take your food scale, still stick to your goals, still doing what you needed to do. And you're like, it's easy. Yeah, absolutely. Getting the Hall of Fame, like that's insane. They did not even see it coming at all.
Man, when I had done that, because you're one of the first inductees into the Hall of Fame, right?
Hmm.
So,
Absolutely. I'll
right.
round up. I'll take the bottom. I don't mind it. I'm in.
Yeah, there was a couple people that had been in the program for years, and I was like, they had to, like Montreal, like he's been
Oh
in the
yeah.
program, rest of that. So, but other than that, man, um, with that being said, right, you got into the Hall of Fame, you're ending it, you're still doing your thing, and you see other people, crushing it,
Hmm.
and then I remember, you had to, you told me that you had to depart, and then I hit you with, with the news. Tell them what news. We're gonna announce it. Hey, if he does the thing,
Yeah.
a couple
Yeah.
minutes, like but like you went from
A little bit.
formerly client to to
I
getting
went
to
from.
I'll let you tell them.
Yeah. No worries. Yeah, I can remember telling you that, hey, I had to depart and I didn't want to do it. But,
Uh,
circumstances and everything, it's just something I had to cut out. It sucked. It really did. And he hit me up back up, like, still checking in on me, like, as if I'm still a part of the program, but, not part of the calls on Fridays. Hit me up, like, hey, I want you to coach with me. I'm like, what? Like, you're like, yeah, I want you to coach with me. You embodied YJR as a whole. Honestly, you know what you're doing. And to even think like even a year ago, if you would have told me that I'd be working and alongside you, there's no way. There's no way I would even wildest dreams wouldn't even imagine that. To go from client to coach to working literally in the same company and going to be getting paid for doing the same thing I've been doing for the last year, like easy. I've been wanting to tell everybody, man. Been wanting to like I see Justin at friggin' work. I see some other people, and I'm just like, God, I have to tell somebody. I have to tell somebody.
yeah, it was a no
It's
brainer for me. Yeah, it was a no brainer, and you know who I'm gonna. We're not gonna talk about it here. We're gonna talk about it off. You know who I'm
oh,
gonna.
absolutely.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, yeah, you deserve it, right? And I don't do that for most people, right? You have to embody the lifestyle to the T. You have, you actually learned. right? A lot of people get the result. They just follow the routine and they get results that cool. But you actually learn, right? And when you learn, you can make that change. So, and, any guys that watch, especially at the end, right? If you work with me, you might end up having a job with me, depending on how well you crush it. Because I like to
That's
hire within. I'm not hiring out. I'm not hiring out no more. I'm not. Fuck that. I already did that. All right. So
yeah,
if
yeah,
like, you have to have a transformation within the program to be to work with me because I work with so many people. There's no reason why not to hire within, right? So, um, man, this is great. Great podcast. This is my first episode, so of the
yeah.
YJR testimonials, right?
Hey,
But anything,
still making history.
yeah, still making history. Anything that you want to tell, the people out there, right? The dads that are still putting themselves on the back burner, the guy that was in your still position, he's working out consistently but not seeing the changes that he wants. What is the last thing, words of encouragement that you would give that person? Basically the old you. What would you give? What would you specifically tell the old you? Like if the old you was watching this top to bottom, they're about to hop on a call with me again, right? What would you tell the old you?
Honestly, don't wait. Just do it. You've been doing everything your way for X amount of years, and look where it's gotten you. Hire the coach. It's gonna shrink down the time frame it's gonna take you to get the results, and you're gonna feel so much better. And so when you look back on it, you're gonna be so glad that you actually did it. And then again, potentially impress them enough. Like I remember you having that conversation with somebody else, like, yeah, he's gonna hire him as a coach. I'm like, how do I get there? How do I get noticed enough to actually, you know, be even be considered to like, yeah, let's be a coach. I know you stepped away, but I want to bring you back. I'm like, hell yeah, like I want to come back. I never wanted to step away. This community is freaking insane. Um, but going back to that dad who's like always putting himself on the back burner, stop doing that. Look at your kids. Like your kids are gonna look at you, and then you're gonna wonder why they're gaining weight, why they're doing this and that, why they're eating like shit. It's because you're doing it. They're literally looking to you as an example. So if you can set that foundation and set that precedence within the family, it's gonna change everything. It really is. I even started going back to school because of fitness. Like found time to do that too.
Listen, you,
Yeah.
you got it. You get it. You get it. You get it. Like, you don't understand. That's why I push it so hard. My
Yeah.
people like you don't understand.
Yeah.
Like without fitness, there would be no you today. Without fitness, there
No,
would be no me today. There would be no platform. There would be nothing. Right?
definitely
And
not.
they downplay it. Right? But they'll understand one day. But with that being said, Lorenzo, appreciate you, man. You guys, if you guys want to book a call in with me so that you can change your life how Lorenzo changed his life, all you have to do, if you're on YouTube, all you have to do is hit the link in the video description, book a call with me, fill out the application. I'll reach out to you if you're a good fit. Um, and yeah, and then if you're on IG, if you see this on IG, or you can just DM me on IG, just DM me YJR on IG, right? Now, remember, I don't work with anybody. I've told people like you're not a good fit. I've told people like strictly to their face. I'm like, hey, bro, like you ain't serious. Like literally, I've told people, I'm like, hey, yeah, bro, you're complacent. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. I'm a businessman at the end of the day, so like I do understand we have to make money, but also I'm 75% coach, right? I have to construct a team that can win a championship. So if I don't think that you can do what I have to tell you to do, I ain't gonna waste my time, right? Because
Just
I've
stick
done
at
this
the
for
beginning.
because I already know, because I already know if you get a result, then it's gonna be way better for me than if you just pay some money and then you half-ass it, because then I'm gonna be mad.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want that no more. I don't want that no more. I want to be happy with my clients. So, man, with that being said, man,
100%.
I appreciate you so much. You guys, catch you guys later. See.